Hi everyone. I've got some really important Bible codes that I would like to share with you. There's been a lot of talk lately about March 26 and what's projected to take place on that date. And I had actually done these tables a couple of months ago, and as you can see there's quite a few here to go over, but I'm just going to start with this one over here. And I just wanted to say that the first table that I do is not necessarily the most profound table. I just kind of go in the order as I discovered them and had saved them on WordPad. So I'm just going to go in that order, and I'll just start with this one over here. And this one reads March 2016 star pit seal 3 God. And I'm not really sure what the 3 stands for. I had tried to put in days and years, and that didn't come up, but the number 3 does come up, and it's over here in the green, going at an angle with the letters T, H, R, E, E. And right over here at the top of the number 3, you see the word stones, and I just wanted to point that out. But you also see the word 1, and one idea that I had is, since this table and this matrix has a lot to do with God, I was thinking that perhaps it might be in reference to God, who's 3 in 1, the Holy Trinity. That's just an idea, but I'm not sure what the 3 is for. It might also be a variation of the date. It may be March 23 instead of March 26. But in any case, I have some more tables further down that elaborates on that a little bit more. But over here in the yellow, you see the word seal. And I'm not sure if this has to do with the breaking of the seals, but the word seal does come up. And you see that here with the letter S, E, A, L. And over here in the bluish purple, you see the word teen, which is part of 6. I had to break it up into 2 parts with the letters T, E, E, N. And here in the blue, you see the word star, and it comes in an angle with the letters S, T, A, R. And over here in the pink, of course, you see 20. And here in the yellow, you see the word, oh, I already did that one, that's seal. And over here in the green, you see the word pit, the letters P, I, T. And here in the fuchsia, you see the word God with the letters G, O, D. And here in the light red is the word March with the letters M, A, R, C, H. And I thought this was really interesting over here where you have the word God. It has the word gold, and then over here it has the most holy house, and crossing the letter O, and then crossing the letter D, you have the word gold again. So the word gold crossed the letter G at the top, and at the bottom it crosses the letter D. So I thought that was really interesting, and I think that's more than just coincidence, because as you'll see as I go over some of the other tables, it almost seems to always be the case that there's something that definitely makes reference to God, where you see the word God encoded in the table. Okay, and this is the next one. It's coming up in the same matrix as the one before. They're both coming up in Chronicles 3, and I have several more that that are just in the same matrix. And over here, in the previous one, the matrix had started up here with the word stone. And as you can see, it has the word precious stones. Of course, you could make it just one stone. And as you know, the scripture refers to Christ as being a precious stone. And in any case, this one reads March 2016 star pit 5 wise had oil. And the way I came up with the 5 wise is I had noticed the word 5 in the matrix, and I think I had noticed this one over here first, where you see the word 5, and right next to that I noticed the word wise, which is really part of likewise, but it caused me to search for 5 wise, and you see that 5 comes up here, and the word wise comes up encoded in the text, and you see it here in the green with the letters W-I-S-E. And over here you have the number 6, and here's the teen that we saw in the previous table. And over here in the bright blue you have the word oil, and it looks like it's sharing with wise. So the wise have oil. That's amazing. I didn't even know that before I read it off, that it's sharing with oil. Wise and oil are sharing. And you see the letter O here. The I shares with wise, and it's in the green right here. And then the L is right here in the blue. And in this other blue, you have the word star going this way. I think we went over that one in the other table. And over here we have pit in the green and March in the light blue. Okay, this next one reads March 2016 star pit 5 wise tent. And I thought of the word tent because I noticed the word chamber over here in the plain text. So I wanted to try another word that would make reference to the wedding chamber, and I thought of the word tent, and sure enough that came up, and it's over here in the fuchsia with the letters T-E-N-T, and all the rest of the terms are the same as before. Okay, in this one I had added the word to see if perhaps it's making a reference to March 23, and so that would be 2-3, and the number 2 came up as well, and it's over here in the burgundy, and it looks like it's sharing with wise, and you have the letters T, W, O, and that's interesting that this one is sharing with wise, because I had also searched for, I believe, yes, I had searched for trees, for 2 oil trees, and that came up. So the number 2 does share with the wise, and they're the ones that have the oil. So that's interesting as well. Okay, in this one I tried to come up with a more complete date, so I put in the terms March 26 star 2016, and all of those came up, but of course I did have to break up the 1000 and the 16. And you can see those here with 2 in the blue, the letters T, W, O. You see the second part of 1000 over here with the letters S, A, N, D. And you see the first part of 1000 over here in the green with the letters T, H, O, U. And over here in the pink you have 20. And over here in the purple you have 6. And in the fuchsia you have teen with the letters T, E, E-N. And then March is over here in the light red, the letters M-A-R-C-H. Okay, in this one I added the words holy and true, and those came up. You can see holy here in the green, and you have the word and here in the purple as well as in the yellow right here. And you see true over here in the blue coming at an angle with the letters T, R, U, E. And that's interesting that that came up because, as I said before, this table seems to be, or the matrix seems to be all about God and the house of God. And as you remember in the first one where it had the word God, it made mention of the house of God. And that's what this matrix is about. Okay, in this next one, I added some of the plagues from the first Exodus, and as you can see, the added words are Red Sea, which I had tried to put blood, and that didn't come up, but the color red came up. But that's what I was thinking about when I put that in. And then frog, lice, death, and hail. And you can see death here in the fuchsia, the letters D, E, A, T, H. You see frog here in the yellow, the letters F, R, O, G. In the green over here, you see the word lice, the letters L, I, C, E. And hail is here in the bright blue with the letters H, A, I, L. And I believe, let me see. Okay, red is here in the lighter blue with the letters R, E, D. And C is here in the green with the letters S, E, A. In this next one, I added the words rain and fire, and you can see those here actually meshed together. You can see the word fire here in the green with the letters F, I, R. It shares the R in rain, and then E. And then in the blue, you have the word rain with the letters R, A, I, N. And then I also added the word mass in front of death, and the word mass comes up here in the yellow, the letters M, A, S, S. Okay, and here are just some other words that I had tried to put in that came up in ELS form, and some of these might be repeated, but I see the word veil, the word rent right here, and I had actually seen the word veil in the plain text. We can look for that in a minute, but veil was in the plain text, and so I tried the word rent, and that came up. And of course stone was in the plain text, and I had tried the word mill, and that came up. And worm came up. I'm not sure if wood is in the plain text. Let me see. Okay, I'm not sure about that. I don't see it here. But worm did come up, and idle and frog we already did. The word seed came up. Iron, sand, wine, and fire we saw, and God we saw. The word good came up. Man, sin, died, sow, egg, born, rose, dead, head, test, loss, and death we already saw. Hit, see, red, trees, to, oil, and tin. All those words came up in ELS when I tried them. And there may be many more terms that I didn't even think of, but these are just some that I tried. And in the plain text, you have